Die Hard 2, Die Harder, the sequel to the 1988 film Die Hard, is a 90s summer action blockbuster film starring Bruce Willis, Bonnie Bedelia, William Sadler, John Amos, and Reginald VelJohnson. It was directed by Renny Harlin, whose previous film included A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. He went on to direct Cliffhanger, Cutthroat Island, and my personal favorite, The Long Kiss Goodnight. The sequel takes place 2 years after the events of the Nakatomi Tower and also on Christmas Eve. This time, McClane is picking up his wife from Washington Dulles International Airport when a group of terrorists take over the air traffic control system in order to barter for the release of drug profiteer General Ramon Esperanza, whose plane is also headed to Dulles Airport. Die Hard 2 is adapted from the novel 58 Minutes, written by Walter Wager, whose previous spy novel Telephone was made into a movie in 1977 starring Charles Bronson and Lee Remick. 58 Minutes has the same premise, but it's the cop's daughter instead of his wife, whose plane is circling overhead with only 58 minutes before the plane crashes. Upon Die Hard 2's release, it received positive reviews with a current Rotten Tomatoes approval rating of 69% based on 68 reviews. Die Harder premiered with a 21.7 million July 4th opening weekend and grossed more than 240 million worldwide at the box office, only to be surpassed 6 years later by the movie Independence Day. So without further ado, see if you can spot the goof here. Although the weather outside is frightful, when McClane walks through the doors, it's very sunny out.
Maybe you can explain this.
Afghanistan is misspelled. After McClane arrives at the airport in Washington, D.C., he uses this telephone. Pacific Bell serve the West Coast, not the East. Here's a scene pretty early in the movie. Check this out. Did you see that? Let's watch it again.
Later.
Miller's hand turns white for some reason. Keep an eye on this guy. Looks like he did make it. Or did he? Never noticed that this was Robert Patrick from Terminator 2. See if you can tell what went wrong here. The tires roll over the cover, but the next shot shows the tracks are way over here. Here's the weirdest one of all. This was sent in by a friend of ours. See if you can guess what is going on here.
Foxtrot Michael 1, you are to come in on runway 15. Repeat.
If you look here above the plane and clouds, you can see the images of legs moving around. Let's zoom in for a better shot. Boom mic mistakes are some of my favorite goofs. See if you can find this one. If you missed it, don't worry. This one wasn't easy. Here he is in the reflection of the mirror. Another boom mic. Blink and you'll miss it. There it is, right here. Beautiful. Here's an easy one. Pay attention to the screens.
You are cleared for ILS approach, runway 29er.
Takes on the feet.
Looking good, Windsor. Now watch it.
Although Colonel Stewart says runway 29er, the screen shows runway 25.
Good, Windsor. Now watch it.
All I'm gonna say is nighttime news. When the helicopter takes off, there's a dash in between night and time. By the time they catch up with the plane, the dash is gone. Pay close attention to the lettering on the plane.
Let's get her out of here.
Hey, hop on in there. Get your messes in.
Did you notice that?
Let's go.
In this scene, the NEA letters are pretty washed out. But when Marvin arrives, the letters are nice and clean.
What do you say, Marv?
Did you catch that one? This time pay close attention to the trash cans. These cans are knocked over here. Now they're up.
Commandos have arrived at the airport. The likelihood of a full-scale and deadly battle is dangerously close.
I know this type of technology was new then, but still, he's holding the phone upside down.
Dangerously close.
Take a look at the shots of this plane and guess what's missing.
My pride, my admiration.
When the plane is in the hangar, you can't see the tail at all.
My pride, my admiration.
But when it's taxiing down the runway, the tail is much higher than the wings. This is my favorite of all of these.
But the fire is so delightful, and since we've no place to go.
In case you didn't see it, I'll slow it down for you this time. These are either extras or mannequins. I vote mannequins.
I'll be damned if I'm gonna clean up this mess.
McClane takes a left swing. The stunt guy takes a right. That's clearly a dummy.
Sam Coleman, WNTW News.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
The model plane used for the explosion is a little different from the original. Here McClane is holding one magazine. Now he's holding two. The pilot's view shows a clear runway, while the crash view shows lots of snow. The plane is leaving lots of tire tracks in the snow. When McClane falls off of the wing, there's only a few tracks. This plane is listed as a 747.
114 transatlantic from London, fuel tax dry, some martini.
But the model used is a DC-8.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you...
This wall is a little bit wobbly. Looks like they misspelled Auckland. Esperanza cigar is already lit.